So I was watching one of my other fellow YouTubers, D-Pad Danny, and he did a video recently, a few videos in fact, about his recent Switch pickups, and I thought, man, I gotta steal that idea. The only problem is, I haven't really picked up anything for Switch. In fact, I've only picked up 2 games for the Switch this whole year, so rather than show my recent pickups for the Switch, I figured I would just show my whole Switch collection. How's it going, guys? RonMan back again, and today I'm going to show you my Switch collection. Also, if you're new here and you like my content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that bell notification so you stay up to date with RonMan Gaming. Now, much like a lot of you guys, I mostly play retro games, but sometimes, just sometimes, I'll pop in something more modern. I have an Xbox One, I haven't played it in like 2 years. I have a PS4, I actually unhooked it last year after I beat Ghost of Tsushima, and I put it on the shelf. I kind of just figured I was done with it, but then Resident Evil Village came out, and I thought, okay, I gotta hook it back up. And then there's the Switch. Now, I haven't played the Switch a whole lot this year. Earlier, I was playing quite a lot of Splatoon 2, but I do love the Switch, and I love to play it, although I haven't played it a whole lot this year. As you'll see in the list today, a lot of these games I either haven't played yet at all, or have only played a little bit. So yeah, I just prefer retro games. Now, before we get into my games, I'll show you some of my controllers. So when I originally bought my Switch, I got it day one, and I got it bundled with the neon Joy-Cons. But I do have a set of gray Joy-Cons, pink and green, blue and yellow, and of course I have a Pro controller. Now, when I'm playing my Nintendo Switch docked, I always use the Pro controller. It's a great controller, by the way. It's a really good controller. Now, I don't have the biggest Switch collection, but it is big enough that I figured I would put my Switch collection into 2 separate videos. So without any further ado, let's get to the games. All right, the first is Sonic Mania. Now, I really like this. Like, this was just what I always wanted for years. Like, why couldn't Sega just pump out something like this? From what I understand, I don't know a whole lot about this game and Christian Whitehead, but I'm pretty sure he was like a fan of Sonic, and he just kind of did this, and then Sega gave the green light. Like, why couldn't Sega just make a Sonic game like that? I don't know, but I loved this game. Yes, I have beaten this. I've beaten it with all the characters, and I've unlocked the Chaos Emeralds with each character. Yeah, lots of fun. I loved Sonic Mania Plus. Next up is The Witcher 3. Now, this game, I really liked. I thought it was lots of fun. I beat it. I beat everything. I beat all the DLC and stuff like that. Here's the annoying thing with modern games. Just after I beat this, they released like a graphics update patch where it made everything look nicer. So, but I just beat the game. I'm not gonna replay it just to look at nicer graphics. So that's kind of one thing I don't like about modern games, is stuff like that. Like, I paid the full price for that game. I actually got it for a gift. It was for Christmas. My girlfriend bought it for me. But either way, she paid full price, and I got to play it looking slightly worse. I know it's the Switch version. Of course, it's not going to look as nice as like the Xbox or PS4 or PC, but either way, still kind of annoys me. Moving on, we have Mario Maker 2. Now, I really like this game. I thought it was fun to build levels, and for a while on Twitch, I downloaded the Warp World app, or whatever you want to call it, so people could join my stream, punch in their level codes, and I would play their level codes. So I like this a lot. The problem with Mario Maker 2 is that no matter how you slice it, you're just playing people's shitty levels. Like, it's just... and I kind of got burnt out with it because I was just playing shitty level after shitty level after shitty level. And, I mean, it's a great tool. It really is. Like, it's a really well-made tool. It's easy to use. It is fun to build levels, but for the most part, you're just playing bad levels. There are good levels. I'm not gonna say there are no good levels. I did play a lot of really cool levels, but for the most part, it was just crap. Oh, and by the way, for Mario Maker, they released an update where you could build a map, like an overworld maker, which is what I always wanted, which I was really hoping that Mario Maker 2 would have. But they released it at a time where I just got burnt out with Mario Maker, so I haven't really played it since that patch. And yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I wish that was with the game originally, but I just kind of played it so much and I got burnt out with it that I was done by the time that they came out with the World Makers, so kind of a bummer. Moving on, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, this is a game that I've barely played on the Switch. I picked it up. I think I've put less than 5 hours into this. But the reason is because I played this like crazy on the Wii U. Like, I played it so much, and I loved it. This is my favorite Mario Kart so far. But by the time it came out for the Switch, I bought it because all my friends were getting it, and it was kind of the first time I got to play with my friends. So I played it a little bit, but I kind of felt like I was done with it by the time it came for the Switch. So that's kind of the one thing about the Switch that I don't love, is that a lot of these games I did play on Wii U, so I'm like, they're coming out for Switch, which is great because not a lot of people played the Wii U, so I totally get why they did that. But for me, it was just kind of like, yay, but not really. Moving on to Dragon Quest Builders. Now, I don't love Minecraft. I'm not a big Minecraft fan, but Dragon Quest Builders I thought was lots of fun. It kind of feels like Minecraft, but there's a little more to it. Now, I haven't played Minecraft since the beta, like 11 years ago, so maybe they've added all kinds of stuff and I just don't know about it, but this was really cool. There was a storyline, there were really neat monsters to kill, there was a purpose for building things, and I couldn't put it down. I thought it was lots of fun. And then of course I was looking forward to Dragon Quest Builders 2, and I really liked this game, but for whatever reason I kind of lost interest. Not that it was bad, I just think that at the time, I think I got sidetracked by something else. By the way, I did beat this, the first Dragon Quest Builders. I have not beaten this one yet. I do plan to go back to it because it is better than the first game. Like, it does everything the first game did, but then, you know, there's some certain quality of life improvements. It is a good game. Moving on to Zelda Link's Awakening. Now, this game I was really excited for because I love Link's Awakening for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. You know, I remember playing the original Link's Awakening, you know, back in the 90s, bringing my Game Boy to school and just playing it. So I was looking forward to this. I absolutely love the graphics. I did beat this. I kind of wish they added a little bit more to it. I understand that if you add too much, it could take away from the original game or make it a whole other game entirely. I would love if they did the Oracle series in the same style. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, Link's Awakening, lots of fun. I beat it. I didn't play the hero mode, but I do plan to play the hero mode at some point, but I just haven't yet. Moving on to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm not a Smash Bros. Fan, and I've barely played this. I've put probably less than 5 hours into it, which is a real shame. I loved Smash Melee for the game, for the GameCube, but at the time that I was playing Smash Melee, I had 3 other friends that were constantly at my house, and you know, we'd go swimming because at the time I lived with my aunt and uncle, and we had a pool, so we'd go swimming, we'd cook steaks, and then we'd like spend the evening not playing this, but playing Smash Melee. And I loved it. We had so much fun. By the time Brawl had come out for the Wii, we had kind of just moved on. Like, you know, I was in school and then I was working, and same with the other guys. They were just kind of doing their own thing, so I didn't really have friends over to play Smash anymore. This came out, I bought it. I played it online a little bit with some Twitch viewers, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. There's tons of fighters. I love to collect amiibo, by the way, you can probably tell. I have tons of amiibo, and a lot of that is thanks to Smash, because each Smash character gets their own amiibo. I like it. I don't know, I never play it. And yeah, I barely played it. Moving on to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So this is more like Symphony of the Night. And then there was a different Bloodstained game. I forget what it's called. Curse of the Moon, maybe? I really can't remember. But it was download. I don't think download only. I think you could buy a cartridge. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. But that's more like classic Castlevania, and this is more like Symphony of the Night style. And in the Castlevania series, I prefer the classic Castlevania over the Symphony of the Night style. But I loved this game so much, and I liked it more than the other Bloodstained game that's built like classic Castlevania, so hopefully that makes sense. I loved this. I couldn't put this down. Like, as soon as I popped this in, 5 minutes in, I couldn't put it down. I loved this game. I beat it. I thought it was lots of fun. I'm looking forward to playing it again. This was great. If you haven't played this, oh, it's so good. Sorry to gush. Moving on to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, this game is good. I just don't love tactical turn-based fighting, and that's what this is. So I played it for a bit. I liked it, but I lost interest pretty quick, sadly. But the graphics are cool. It is a good game. Like, if you like this kind of tactical, turn-based, RPG-ish kind of game, then this would be for you. It is good. It's just not exactly my cup of tea, so I haven't beaten it. Moving on to Skyrim. I didn't beat it on the Switch. In fact, whenever I play Skyrim, I tend to not play the main story because I find it boring and really not that interesting. But with Skyrim, I just love exploring and leveling up. I can't talk. Leveling up my abilities and stuff like that. So, yeah, Skyrim. It's good. Skyrim on the go. What more could you ask for? The Octopath Traveler. Now, this game had come out a couple years ago now. I can't remember exactly when this game had come out, but I remember at the time people were like, "Oh, you know, this game is for Super Nintendo RPG fans," and I love Super Nintendo RPGs. So I got this game for my birthday. I was really excited, and I don't like it. I don't like this game at all. I think I put about anywhere between 10 to 20 hours into it. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the fighting. The combat I really didn't like, which it is one of its strengths. The fighting is good. I just didn't like it. I think my big problem with the fighting is that every fight, you really have to focus. And you have to, like, pick everything, and, like, you can't just kind of mindlessly go through a battle. I didn't like that. That's just me. Lots of people did love it. For me, it's just, I don't know. I just didn't really like it. It didn't really feel like a Super Nintendo RPG, by the way. It just kind of looks like a Super Nintendo RPG. Like, you can tell here by the sprites on the back. Like, yeah, they look like 16-bit sprites, but the game doesn't really feel like a Super Nintendo RPG, so I didn't beat it. I really didn't love it. The same studio, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the same studio made Bravely Default, which I was also not a fan of. I played that on the 3DS, and I don't know, I just didn't like it, which is weird because I love turn-based RPGs. Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I'm never going to play Bravely Second or Bravely Default 2. It's just not going to happen. No. Next up, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, this game, I'm still looking forward to playing it. I haven't played it yet, but I loved Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, and so I couldn't wait to get my hands on this. Haven't played it. I suck. I mostly play retro stuff, right? Okay, moving on, we have Ys 8. Ramosa of Donna. Yeah, I put about 20 hours into this game, and then I kind of gave up on it. It was okay. I thought the graphics were pretty shabby, but it was, like, kind of fun. But I gave up on it right at the point where you get Donna into your party. And I had a friend tell me, oh, that's when the game starts to really get good. But I had already put 20 hours, and I kind of just felt like I was done, and I just couldn't get into it anymore. I couldn't bring myself to play it. Like, do you know how when you're playing a game and it's really good, and whenever you're not playing that game, you're thinking about that game, and you're just looking forward to getting home, to jumping back into it? I lost that with that game. I just didn't look forward to it. Anytime I did put it on, it was a chore. Moving on to Super Mario Odyssey. This game is really good. I really enjoyed this game. I did beat this game. I had a few issues with it. I didn't like that all the suits didn't really do anything other than, like, in some worlds, you'd have to wear a certain suit to get the moon. Other than that, the suits didn't really do anything. I kind of wish they had more functionality, and I don't think the worlds were very well balanced. Like, some worlds were really big, and then some were really small. Either way, though, I really liked this game. I beat it twice. I played through it twice. I didn't collect every moon because that's just ridiculous, but I did really enjoy it. Thought it was lots of fun, and, well, I really have nothing else to say about it. Moving on to the Collection of Mana. I love Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo, and I have a reproduction cart of Trials of Mana. My reproduction cart says Secret of Mana 2, but I just had to get this. It wasn't very expensive, and you get Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, and you get Final Fantasy Adventure, so it's all part of the Seiken Densetsu series. Splatoon 2, now this is like my favorite shooter. I love this game. I only just beat the story mode this year because anytime I play, I'm either playing Ink Turf, or Turf War, or Ranked, and so this game's lots of fun. If you have this game, we should play it. Moving on to Rune Factory 4. Now, I had originally played this on the DS, the 3DS. I love the Rune Factory series. Picture Harvest Moon, but then also with, like, dungeons and monsters and stuff like that. So, because I've always liked Harvest Moon, but I've always found it to be a little boring. This is exactly what Harvest Moon needs. You can build all your own farm equipment, and you can build your own, like, weapons and armor and stuff like that. So I haven't played it on the Switch, though. because I already played it on the DS, but I figured maybe I'll get back into it. I just haven't yet. Moving on to Super Mario Party. Now, I really love the Mario Party series. I like all of them except 9 and 10. I don't really love 9 and 10, but this is kind of more back to what it used to be, and it's lots of fun, and if you like Mario Party, you probably will like this. Moving on, of course, to the Breath of the Wild. This game was awesome. I got it day one. I've beaten it twice. I played it again on, like, what's it called, Hero Mode. I played it and beat it and thought it was lots of fun. Yeah, great game. I know some Zelda purists don't like it because it doesn't feel a lot like a Zelda game, and I agree, it doesn't feel like a traditional Zelda game, but I really think that that's the shakeup that the Zelda franchise needed, and looking forward to the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Moving on to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I love this game. I don't like it more than the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong games, but I still think this game's awesome. I had it on the Wii U, but I just had to play it again on the Switch. It's just a lot of fun. I love the graphics. I like the music, the controls, everything's just so good, and all the levels look so different. Like, you can just tell a lot of love went into that game. I have beaten it. Moving into a game called This Is the Police. I've never played this game. I don't know why I bought it. I don't think I'll ever play it. I have no idea why it's in my collection. Moving on to Diablo 3. Now, I originally played Diablo 3 on PC when it had come out in, I think it was 2012. And I had mixed feelings. Like, I thought it was a decent game, but it didn't feel like Diablo to me, and I don't really know why I bought it on the Switch. I kind of was thinking that maybe I could get back into it, but I just haven't played it for the Switch. Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. I did not like this game. I was excited for it. I did not like it. It kind of felt like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but not nearly as good. I don't know. I didn't like the controls. I didn't like the environments. I just didn't like it. I don't remember much about it. I'll probably never play it again. And my last game for this video is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. Okay, here's the thing. I only bought this because at the time, people in the Mega Man X community were like, oh, you know, hopefully if the sales are good for this, they'll come out with a Mega Man X9. Because the Mega Man Legacy Collection came out and the sales were pretty good, and then boom, we got Mega Man 11. So I was kind of hoping, yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe if I buy this, then we'll get a Mega Man X9. Well, I bought it, and that was the only reason I bought it. Here's the thing. I don't like the Mega Man X series. I love the first 3 games. I absolutely love X, X2, and X3. Anything after X3, I really don't like. I know people love X4. I don't like it. It's a good game. It's just, I don't prefer anything about it. I don't like the way that it looks. I don't like the way that it sounds. You know, like Mega Man, time to get serious. Like, no, it's just not for me. I don't like it. I don't like X5. I don't like X6. X7's really bad. I haven't played X8. So this, I only bought to hopefully get a Mega Man X9, and that's it. Alright, there you have it, guys. That is part 1 of my Nintendo Switch collection. I hope you've enjoyed. Next week, we're going to look at the second half of my Nintendo Switch collection. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button, and we'll see you next time. Now, I don't have the biggest Nintendo Switch collection, but it is big enough that I figured I would switch it. Fuck, I can't talk. I can't talk. Oh, why can't I talk? Anytime I go to record something, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. Do you guys ever have that problem? Gee.